Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back, and I'm planning on doing another crafting with stuff on my desk video, which I know this seems like a lot of stuff that was on my desk, but I've got over here is a computer monitor stand, and it has a pull-out drawer. Let's see, can you actually see the pull-out drawer yet? So here's the pull-out drawer, and all this stuff was on that, and I never touched it and used it. And so I want to change the pull-out drawer to have tools on it instead of die cuts and bits and bobs and things like that, so that hopefully it will be more useful to me. So that's what I'm currently working on, is transitioning the stuff from there out of there. And so I pulled it all out to kind of see what the heck I've got. And I've got little cups of stuff everywhere, and it's crazy, and I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with most of the stuff. This I think will probably go back on here because these are my my set of die cut from Postage hole reinforcers in various shapes, and I've got a few that are die cut out of like patterned paper, and so that's what this little container is. So I think I'm going to keep that one on here, and the rest of this is stuff that I want to use, figure out something to do with, find a better home for. And so we're gonna craft with some of this stuff and possibly get rid of it. This whole container has got fussy cut butterflies and die cut butterflies and some leaves and some gears, and it just needs to go in a better place because it's buried in the back of this drawer and I never use it. So I'm hoping if I move it, I'll use it more often. Fingers crossed. This all kind of goes with that. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. What is in here? Like, I don't even know what, oh, you know what? These are like bits and bobs I made using washi tape over Postage, I think. They're gonna go back in their little container for now. Yeah, this is the problem. Stuff gets stuck up there and forgotten about, and I don't even know where I want to start. Like, I am currently feeling a little overwhelmed. All right, I'm gonna take a minute and figure out what the heck I'm doing, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've grabbed a little bit of Postage because I think some of these bits I'm gonna just turn into some clusters, and we're going to use this antique Postage as a base. Like the stuff in here, I'm going to finally use that. Some of this stuff I think is going to get reorganized and put away, but for some of this stuff, let's go ahead and make something with it. I'm just shifting stuff out of the way. So let's take off the ends of the Postage and add to the growing pile of bits of antique Postage that need to be stamped. Now I've got these fibers. This is actually kind of longer than I thought. All right, we're gonna set that aside for now. We're dumping this. Let's see what's in here. All right. So we've got 3 acetate circles. They're gonna go back into that little cup because we're gonna use them for something else on something else. And those are berries that should be with something else that I saw over here. That's gonna go in this little jar. This is just a hot mess. I will admit that. Right now, this collection of stuff is a hot mess. All right. So I've got some offcut bits. And they're all kind of fall colors. Let's see what we can put together. With these bits and bobs. If I can get all of this stuff on one, I would not be mad at that. These little scraps to create like a little scrappy cluster. Thinking not necessarily all gonna work there. That'll work, and then we just need some kind of focal image to kind of stick all of that down. Let's see if I've got anything. Wondering if he's gonna work. Let's give him a quick fussy cut. Okay, I finished cutting him out. Let's see, I'm probably gonna want to move this stuff up a little bit. Actually kind of liking this okay. I think we're gonna adjust the little scrapped up bit of thread because I have a bad habit of keeping them thinking, oh, I can do this, and then they never get used. They just sit waiting and waiting and waiting. All right, got like no room to move here. Let's go ahead and glue this guy onto this guy, like so. And I should have inked those edges before I did that, and it's too late now, but we're gonna ink these edges so it stands out a little bit better. That's gonna go onto that piece like so to kind of cover up the not embossed bit. This is a leftover from a mixed media project I did in 2023. So yeah, you can see how things just kind of end up on the desk and never leave. All right, so we're gonna put him like that, and then let's stick the thread cluster kind of like that to obscure the weird edge of that. Like so. All right, I like that. That'll work. Just did that, and the whole rest of it's not actually glued down yet, so let's just stick his head down and then glue the rest of this down. Just add a little bit of glue here. And I think I'm gonna rip it off the bigger page. Let's see, let's go like this. And so there we've got a little cluster. And let's see, we've got this bit. Some inky book page. I was thinking what I might do with this stuff is kind of do it as a cluster underneath the circle kind of thing. Not sure if that's working. Hold on. Let's give this a try. Let's do this. Put a little glue. Glue it like so. Maybe do it on the top. I think it actually might look good if I glued it so that it was sticking out. All right, let's try this again. And actually, I think I'm gonna grab, this is a cut off piece from a box that got turned into a journal cover, and I covered it with a little antique book page. So maybe, and it can go on a page like this as like an uptuck. Let's finish trimming off the messiness. So like this is the tab of a box that is getting turned into an uptuck. What I could do is that, just a little bit like that. That little piece around. Okay, what we're gonna do is gonna stick a little glue here and tack this down underneath as well. It will become clear soon enough. Actually, it should go about there. For some reason, the first one was willing to stick, and this one's only wanting to stick to me. All right, I think I like this idea. I think we're just gonna glue it on and hope for the best. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and glue this onto there. And it looks a hot mess right now, but hopefully once we get it all glued down, it'll make sense. Hopefully, maybe. I'm okay with that. And I think I've got in these random container thingies full of random bits somewhere, a thing of autumn die cuts. Oh, here. That we can pick something out that will go on here. Like so, and we're obviously going to ink that. Stick that here, grab some orange, and I'll grab some spiced marmalade dressing. And then we need some green, forest moss. I'll do the stem and green, that works, and that was really quick. Glue this on there. And there we go. I have used up those scraps that have been sitting around for who knows how long. So this is gonna go in with tabs. I've got a little container that I've been putting my tabs in. So I'm gonna stick that into something for now so it does not get lost on the desk. I have no idea what, but we're setting that aside for now. We finished that guy up. Let's see what else we've got. I've got this, and I've got some random bits of lace sitting over here that I'm like, I need to do something with. And And this looks like it would work for random bits of lace. The problem is I need something to go with them, and I don't know that I have anything that's gonna work. These flowers are way too bright. Let's see, I also saw I've created a bunch of seals that are just kind of sitting, hanging out, waiting for somewhere to be. That's a butterfly. I don't know how well it's showing up, and I've got pens for going over that to bring it out more, but I don't know where they are right now. I'm having a bit of a think because I feel like this is not actually working for me, actually. I'm like, no. All right, we're gonna toss that back in. We're gonna see if in amongst all of these stinking butterflies that I've got one that will work. And I think what we need to do is not use both pieces of lace. I think that's part of the problem. No, there's something, I think I just gotta scrap the lace for now. All right, I'm gonna take a pause and then I'll be back. Okay, I think what the problem is I'm not into spring colors yet. Like this is just not gonna work just now. My brain's not there. So let's move that out of the way. But I do have some little Christmas die cutty bits left over from I don't know what that I want to do something with so that they stop sitting in this little jar taking up way more space than they need to. Let's see, I also have a scrap of, I know this is Christmas music paper, and we just need to find something to work as our base, and we can start doing something with these guys. Let's do that, maybe that. And do we want to do that? I feel like this might be something different, and we'll color those in and maybe stick them on here. Okay, I think that's working. That's working. Maybe, let's see, is this, we can just stick it on a piece of the book page, but I think that needs to be darker. All right, let's first see if this guy will fit down here just as kind of like a base for these. And then we'll color the little berries that I found and stick them on there like that. Let's scoot it down a little bit. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So just another little cluster. Start by adding our fabric, and let's go ahead and grunge the edges a little bit. These I think are leftover pieces of fabric from that fabric house journal I did. One pine cone, and these are a die by, I don't remember who. Kind of feel like I should have inked the edges. Oh, good, it came up. I can ink the edges now. And I think I may want a darker brown. I'm grabbing some scorched timber just to get the edges a little darker. so that they stand out a little better. Now I'm using art glitter glue, which usually I'll use Fabri-Tac for gluing on fabric, but art glitter glue will stick to fabric. It just usually takes a little bit longer. Let's ink these guys. Let's see how well this goes. I'm gonna grab some lumberjack plaid, which I think might be out here somewhere. That actually worked all right. So let's go ahead and glue those on here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and definitely gonna need to ink the edges before I use it, but there's another little cluster done, and it used up a bunch of random die cuts. I think for this one I want to do some green on here. So grab Rustic Wilderness and a brush for that. And ink this paper up to give it a little bit more interest. That can go on like that. Let's stick that on, but I am gonna grab a green dauber and do this. Berry and leaf cluster on top, and I think I'm gonna pull over my paper and try and get it a little darker ink wise. So it pops a little bit more. Let's pull in the red. I feel like I want more of the red on the green and the berries like that. I think we're gonna go with that. That kind of solves the problem, because there was definitely a piece that got cut off over here that when it was going this way, I was going to add a label or something to cover. But now that it's there, I don't have to worry about it. But I still think there needs to be a little label going across there. So let's dig into our little stash of stamped and die cut labels. All right, so here's the problem I'm having. I want it to go more that way, but I don't know if I want it overhanging or not, or if I want to cut it off. I actually think I may leave it overhanging, and let's just go ahead and tear it here and here. And up here, probably gonna do a little bit of tearing off over here because it's a little bit more regular than the other tears I did, just to kind of, and that's like way janky, like it's like I'm like I needed less straight, but now I went way too the other way. It's fine at this point. Actually, what I may do, let's take that bit off. Keep going to put stuff in the garbage where it's normally on my desk and it's not currently there because the thing it sits on isn't there, and yeah, messing with my head. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. And I know I have very little stamps from Crafty by Tony that might work for sentiment in there, but I don't know where those stamps currently are. So we're gonna stop with that right there and leave that. And let's see if we can do something with these two snowflakes. I'm kind of thinking doing very simple cluster in that all I'm gonna do is toss it on a piece of inked book page. I do have some postage collage cut out, and I just dumped my garbage pail all over the floor. All right, that's great. All right, think what we may do is that and that. And I kind of want this a little straighter. All right, let's bring this over. And this and this. Do it a little, because that far I need to trim it down a little bit more, which actually I kind of like that, so we're gonna do that. Yes, all right, let's go ahead and glue this down. And I think I'm gonna do another one over here. I'm kind of wondering though, instead of doing that again, do I want to try, let's see. And I think I'm gonna put that on a piece of book page. Like so, and we'll ink the book page. Let's tear it about there. That didn't tear as neatly as I would have liked. That is bigger than I want it to be. All right, let's try cleaning this up a bit. Making sure it'll still fit, yes. Let's ink this with red. Alrighty, all right, so that can go on like that. This can go on top, and the snowflake can go in the center. Yes. Although that angle is not working for me, like that weird. So let's try cleaning that up a little bit. That's better. Actually have out stamps from, these are the Waffle Flower Postage Collage die, and I have coordinating stamps that have dollar amounts, like 25 cents. So we can stamp 25 cents on each of these. They are still sitting out on my desk. So I can just stamp 25 cents in the corner on there. And let's do it in green on this one because I think it's going to go onto the book page. 25 cents there. All right, I'm going to cut these guys out. Okay, so I think we're gonna stop with these two. And so we got 2 faux postage stamps, 2 Christmas clusters, uptuck, and a fall Christmas cluster, or a fall Christmas cluster, a fall cluster. So yeah, that cleared off some stuff off of my desk, and I think we're going to keep doing this for the month of January to kind of get ourselves into a clean, fresh start for the new year by clearing out some of the cluttery bits that have been hanging about on my desk for way too long. So yeah, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.